In his article, Social Media versus Traditional Media, Lang describes traditional marketing as a one-way SOS radio, meant for broadcasting your message to as many people as you can afford to reach. If that's true, then social media marketing is a two-way radio, something that companies aren't entirely used to, but is very useful for having a conversation, explaining your situation, and really bearing your company's soul. However, there are rules of engagement with this, and those can kind of be broken down into four categories. Traditional social media brand interaction should be timely, personalized, professional, and should demonstrate an understanding of the content. When interacting with your customers, failures in social media are usually brands that are late in responding, are too generic, respond with something too professional and makes it meaningless, or if there's absolutely no understanding of the content, like in this one. So you would think that if you follow the four rules, you should be fine. However, for some companies, the pure fact that social media presence is necessary means that you're speaking to a younger, more in tune crowd. Being a microcosm of society, social media has trends similar to society, and a lot of these manifest themselves in pop culture and a lot of other trends. Rising above other marketing noise is achieved successfully by climbing aboard and taking a part of these social trends. But doing so effectively is a very, very tricky art. Essentially, what we're here to argue is that companies such as Wendy's, who we'll go into in a moment, that have developed personalized and in tune with society's social media approaches benefit very much from it.
The social media team really blew up in 2017 when its Twitter account started, instead of traditionally responding to customer issues with robotic message responses saying, "Sorry to hear that, please call insert phone number here for more assistance," instead pivoting to a more sassy and roast-worthy path. The first of these tweets was on April 5th, 2017, when Wendy's responded to Carter Wilkerson on how many retweets he needed to get a year free of chicken nuggets. After this tweet began to set Wendy's down the path of sassy, funny, and best of all, roast-worthy tweets. This whole pivot for Wendy's social media was due to Amy Brown, who has been in charge of Wendy's Twitter since 2012. She is referred to by many journalists and members of the company as a sass master. Brown's goal was to change how Wendy's used their Twitter and the perception that customers had of them. Brown changed this by having her social media team respond to each individual message by constantly dishing out snappy comebacks in the form of grade A pop culture references from television shows like SpongeBob SquarePants and The Office, relevant gifs, and serious knowledge of the Wendy's menu. These tweets were for publicity and fun. Brown and Wendy's always wanted that to be kept in mind. Her strategy for sassy comments and roasting customers and competitors when asked for or provoked, Wendy's always made it clear that it was always out of good fun. Brown said in her interview with a journalist, whether they're honoring a request to rap, shutting down people who name drop fast food competitors, or creating Twitter bios for lazy fans, the account is both refreshing and entertaining as hell. Consumers on Twitter responded very well to how Wendy's changed up their Twitter. People were waiting for the next sassy tweet or roast and waited for Wendy's just to come out with a new one-liner. Wendy's has delivered on many occasions works of art in the form of roasts or sassy tweets. One that is most credible is when a customer who asked, "How much does a Big Mac cost?" and Wendy's responded with, "Your dignity." It is because of this change that customers love Wendy's new use of Twitter, and of course have started a trend that many fast food companies have followed suit of.
Wendy's unique style of social media interactions with customers has seemed to pay off. The company revenues have increased every year since 2017, with Wendy's bringing in $1.71 billion worldwide in 2019 alone. They have over 6,400 locations around the world, and this number is only going up as time goes on. Some of Wendy's success can undoubtedly be attributed to their distinctive approach to using social media and how they interact and relate with their customers. The way Wendy's goes about using social media creates brand awareness and loyalty. COVID-19 has introduced a whole new set of challenges, not just for Wendy's, but for all businesses. A recent Influencer Marketing Hub study revealed that 62% of American shoppers say they shop online more now than before COVID. In addition, 97% of marketers have noticed lower in-person engagement at stores since the pandemic started. Logically, this makes sense because the nature of the pandemic has made it so that people avoid in-person interactions as much as possible. People simply aren't shopping at stores as much as they used to. As a result, consumers value digital marketing experiences more than ever before and are spending more time on social media as well. Social media marketing is arguably as important as it's ever been because it allows companies to interact with and retain current customers, as well as building relationships with potential customers, even though they can't meet with them the conventional in-person way right now. While COVID-19 will eventually end, social media marketing is just at the infancy stages of what will be a golden opportunity for companies to use for years to come.